The Denny's smelled like burnt coffee and maple syrup. Rachel sat in a corner booth with her back to the wall. She'd been there since 9:30, watching the door. Her coffee had gone cold 20 minutes ago. At 10:07, he walked in. He wore the same gray hoodie from last night. His hair was damp from the rain. He stood in the doorway scanning the restaurant until he found her. He walked over slowly, like he was approaching something dangerous. "Hi," he said. "Hi," Rachel gestured to the seat across from her. "Thank you for coming." He slid into the booth. A waitress appeared instantly, middle-aged woman with tired eyes and a stained apron. "Coffee?" she asked. "Please," he said. She poured 2 cups and disappeared. Neither of them touched their drinks. Rachel had prepared for this. She'd stayed up all night organizing everything: photos, documents, letters, medical records, deployment papers. Every piece of evidence that proved Marcus Chen existed, that their life together was real. She pulled out a manila folder and set it on the table. "I brought these for you. Photos, letters you wrote me when you were deployed, our marriage certificate, your discharge papers, medical records from the VA." He stared at the folder like it might explode. "Can I?" he asked. "Of course." He opened it carefully. The first photo showed Marcus in his dress blues, standing at attention, American flag behind him. He touched the photo with one finger. "I look different," he said. "You were younger, 24. I look..." He paused. "Harder. Like someone who'd seen things." Rachel nodded. "You had. You did 2 tours, 12 months each. Afghanistan. Helmand Province." He flipped to the next photo. Their wedding. Small ceremony at a courthouse in Seattle. Rachel in a simple white dress. Marcus in his uniform. Both of them grinning like idiots. "You looked happy," he said quietly. "We were." Next photo. Marcus and Rachel at a Seahawks game. His arm around her, both of them wearing jerseys, beer in hand. "You like football?" he asked. "You did." "I went along with it." Rachel managed a small smile. "You'd yell at the TV like the players could hear you." He almost smiled back. Almost. He kept flipping. Marcus holding a small puppy. Marcus and Rachel at Pike Place Market. Marcus asleep on a couch with a book on his chest. Then the photos changed. Marcus in a hospital bed. Thinner. Dark circles under his eyes. Vacant stare. "When was this?" His voice was tight. 2 months after you came home from your second deployment. You were at the VA hospital in Seattle. Inpatient psychiatric unit." He set the photo down like it burned him. "Why?" Rachel took a breath. "You tried to hurt yourself. I found you in the garage with your service weapon. You were..." Her voice broke. "You were going to use it." He closed his eyes. "Did I say why?" "You said the noise wouldn't stop. The screaming, the bombs, the smell of burning. You said it followed you everywhere. You couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't function." "And the hospital helped?" "For a while. They put you on medication, assigned you a therapist.
You went to group sessions with other veterans. You seemed to be getting better, but I wasn't. It wasn't a question. Some days were good, Rachel said. You'd laugh. You'd hold me. We'd watch movies. We'd talk about the future, about starting a family, about moving somewhere quiet, maybe Montana, somewhere with space. And the bad days? Rachel looked down at her cold coffee. The bad days you didn't speak. You'd sit in the dark for hours. Sometimes I'd find you standing in the backyard at 3 a.m. just staring at nothing. Once I woke up and you were gone. I found you at the bus station. You said you needed to leave, that something was following you. What was following me? You never said. The doctors thought it was paranoia, a symptom of PTSD. They adjusted your medication. He pulled out another photo. This one made him freeze. Rachel pregnant, 7 months along, standing in a nursery. Crib behind her, stuffed animals on shelves. Marcus's hand on her belly. When was this taken? He whispered. October 2019, 3 months before you disappeared. He stared at the photo for a long time. I don't remember this. I don't remember any of this. Do you want to? Rachel asked. Remember. Do you want your memories back?
He set the photo down carefully. I don't know. The person in these photos, Marcus. He looks like he was in pain. All the time. Even when he was smiling. He was, Rachel admitted. But he was also kind and brave, and he loved hard. He loved his country. He loved his team. He loved me. Past tense. What? You said loved. Past tense. Rachel's eyes filled. Because I don't know if that person still exists, the waitress returned. You folks want to order anything? No, thank you, Rachel said. The waitress left. He pulled out more photos. Stopped at one near the bottom. Marcus holding an ultrasound image. The grainy black and white blob that was supposed to be a baby. Is this... He couldn't finish. Lily. Yes. You were there for the ultrasound. You cried when they told us it was a girl. You said you hoped she'd have my eyes. Does she? No. She has yours. He set the photo down and covered his face with his hands. His shoulders shook. Rachel wanted to reach across the table, to touch him, to hold him, but she didn't. He wasn't hers anymore. Maybe he never would be again. I'm sorry, he said through his hands. I'm so sorry. You don't have anything to apologize for. I left you. I left both of you. You were sick. You didn't choose this. He lowered his hands. His eyes were red. How do you know? How do you know I didn't just decide to run, to start over? Because I know you, the real you. The Marcus I married wouldn't abandon his family, not by choice. But you don't know Danny. His voice was hard now. You don't know who I am now. Maybe I'm someone who would. Are you? He didn't answer. Rachel pulled out her phone, opened her photos, turned it toward him. Videos. Dozens of them. She played the first one. Lily in pigtails. 4 years old. Holding up a drawing. This is my daddy, Lily's voice said from the phone. He's a soldier. He fights bad guys. Mommy says he's coming home soon. The video ended.
Rachel played another one. Lily at her birthday party, blowing out candles. 4 candles on a pink cake. "Make a wish, baby," Rachel's voice said from behind the camera. Lily closed her eyes tight. "I wish Daddy comes home." Another video. Lily at bedtime, clutching a stuffed bear. "Tell Daddy good night," Rachel's voice said from behind the camera. Lily waved at the camera. "Good night, Daddy. I love you. Come home soon." Rachel stopped the video. Set the phone on the table. He was crying, silent tears running down his face. "She doesn't even know me," he said. "She knows stories. I tell her about you every night. About how you saved people. About how you were brave. About how you used to make funny voices when you read her baby books. I don't remember reading baby books. You wouldn't. She wasn't born yet when you disappeared." He wiped his face with his sleeve. "When was she born?" "March 2020, 2 months after you vanished. I was in labor for 19 hours. My mom was there. The nurses were there, but the only person I wanted was you. I'm sorry." "Stop apologizing," Rachel's voice broke. "I don't want your apologies. I want you back. I want my husband back. I want my daughter to know her father." "I can't give you that. I can't be someone I don't remember being." "Then be someone new. Be Danny. Be whoever you are now. Just..." She reached across the table, stopped just short of touching his hand. Just let us be part of it." He stared at her hand, so close to his, close enough to feel the warmth. His phone buzzed. He pulled it out, read the screen. His expression changed. "I have to go," he said. "Wait." "I'm sorry. I need time to process all of this." He stood up, left cash on the table for the coffee they didn't drink. "Can I keep these, the photos?" Rachel nodded. He took the folder and walked toward the door. "Marcus, Danny," Rachel called after him. He stopped, turned. "The military has a file on you, classified. I've been trying to get access for 5 years. They keep saying you're MIA, missing in action. But you came home. You were discharged. So why is your file sealed?" His face went pale. "I don't know. I think you do. Or at least Marcus did. I have to go." He pushed through the door and disappeared into the rain. Rachel sat alone in the booth. She pulled out her own phone, opened her messages. The photo from last night was still there in her trash folder. Marcus and Jen, looking happy, looking whole. She'd been searching for 5 years, following every lead, every tip, every possible sighting. She'd hired private investigators, filed missing persons reports in 4 states, put up flyers, posted on social media, appeared on local news. And now she'd found him. But finding him and getting him back were 2 different things. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. "Hello? Mrs. Chen? Yes?"
This is Agent Morrison with the Defense Department. We need to talk about your husband. Rachel's blood went cold. What about him? We understand you've located him, is that correct? How do you... She stopped. Are you watching me? Mrs. Chen, it's very important that you don't make contact with your husband again, for your safety and his. What are you talking about? Your husband was part of a classified operation. what happened to him, his disappearance. It wasn't an accident. It was intentional. Rachel stood up. You're saying the military made him disappear? I'm saying there are things about your husband's service you don't know, things we can't discuss over the phone. We need to meet. Today. No, Rachel grabbed her purse. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not letting you people... Mrs. Chen, your husband saw something, did something, in Helmand Province. Something that made him a liability. We tried to handle it quietly, through medical channels, but he wouldn't cooperate. So we had to take other measures. You made him forget. The realization hit Rachel like ice water. Oh my God, you did this to him. Silence on the line. Be at the Starbucks on 5th Avenue in 1 hour. Come alone. If you bring anyone, police, lawyers, press, your husband will be detained indefinitely. Do you understand? The line went dead. Rachel stood in the middle of Denny's. The waitress was staring at her. An elderly couple in the next booth had stopped eating. She ran to her car. Her hands shook so badly she could barely get the key in the ignition. She drove toward 5th Avenue, but halfway there she pulled over. Something wasn't right. The Defense Department doesn't make phone calls like that. They don't threaten civilians. They don't admit to classified operations over unsecured lines. Unless they wanted her to know. Unless they wanted her scared. She pulled out her phone, Googled Agent Morrison, Defense Department. Nothing. She tried different variations, different spellings. Nothing. Her phone buzzed. Text message. Unknown number. Different from the one that called.
Don't go to Starbucks. It's a trap. Meet me at the address below. Come now. J. Below was an address in Tacoma, a residential street. Rachel's heart hammered. J. Jen. She should go to the police, show them everything. The photos, the phone call, the texts. But what would she tell them? That her missing husband had been found living under a false name with another woman? Mysterious people were calling her about classified military operations? They'd think she was crazy. Maybe she was. She put the address in her GPS. 23 minutes away. She drove. The address was a small house on a quiet street. Blue siding, white trim, well-kept lawn, a rusted basketball hoop in the driveway. Jen's car was parked out front. Rachel parked behind it, walked to the door, knocked. Jen opened it immediately. Her face was pale, eyes red. "Get inside," she said, quickly. Rachel stepped in. Jen locked the door behind her, drew the curtains. "What's going on?" Rachel demanded. "Did anyone follow you?" "What? No, I don't think so." "You don't think so? Or you know?" "No one followed me. Jen, what is this?" Jen paced the small living room. "Did you get a phone call from someone claiming to be with the Defense Department?" Rachel's stomach dropped. "Yes. How did you—" "It's not real. It's not the military." "Then who is it?" Jen stopped pacing, looked at Rachel. "I don't know, but they've been watching us, me and Danny, for years." "What are you talking about?" Jen pulled out her phone, showed Rachel a photo, a man in a dark sedan, parked across from the daily grind. "I see him twice a week, sometimes more, different tars, same face. He just watches, never comes in, never talks to anyone." Rachel's skin crawled. For how long? Since about 6 months after I found Danny. At first, I thought I was paranoid, but then I started noticing the same cars, the same faces, always watching. Why didn't you go to the police? And tell them what? That I'm hiding a man with amnesia and someone might be watching him? They'd take him away. They'd figure out who he really was. You mean they'd give him back to me? Jen's jaw tightened. They'd put him in a system that would destroy what's left of him. You keep saying that, but you don't know that. Yes, I do. Jen sat down on the couch, put her head in her hands. There's something I didn't tell you last night, about the night I found him. Rachel sat down slowly. What? He wasn't alone. The words hung in the air. What do you mean he wasn't alone? There was a van, parked about 50 yards up the road. When I pulled over to help him, I saw someone get out of the van, a man in dark clothes. He started walking toward us. Danny saw him and... Jen's voice shook. He grabbed my arm. He said, "Please don't let them take me." He was terrified, so I got him in my car and I drove away as fast as I could. Did the van follow you? I don't know. I took back roads. I kept checking the mirror. I didn't see anyone, but...
But you can't be sure. Jen nodded. I've thought about it 1,000,000 times. Was I helping him? Or was I just kidnapping someone who was already being helped? Or escaping? What? Rachel leaned forward. You said he was running, terrified, begging you not to let them take him. What if he was trying to escape from whoever was in that van? Jen's face went white. Oh, God. You think the military? I think something happened to Marcus, something bad. And I think someone tried to make him forget. But it didn't work completely, so he ran, and they've been looking for him ever since. A sound outside. Both women froze. Car door slamming. Footsteps on the porch. A knock. Jen and Rachel looked at each other. Don't answer it, Rachel whispered. Another knock, harder this time. Jennifer Caldwell, this is the Seattle Police. We need to speak with you about Marcus Chen. Jen's hand flew to her mouth. We know he's been living here. We know you've been hiding him. We're not here to arrest anyone. We just need to ask some questions. Jen stood up, walked to the door, her hand on the knob. Don't, Rachel hissed. Jen opened the door. 2 men stood on the porch, not in uniform, dark suits, dark glasses despite the rain. Jennifer Caldwell, the first man said. Yes? I'm Detective Harris. This is Detective Stone. May we come in? Do you have a warrant? We're not here to search your home. We just want to talk. About what? About Marcus Chen, and about the woman sitting on your couch. Both men looked past Jen, straight at Rachel. Rachel stood up. I'm his wife? We know, Detective Stone said. He was younger, maybe 30, nervous eyes. Mrs. Chen, we need you to come with us. Am I under arrest? No, but we need to ask you some questions. Downtown. About what? About your husband. About the phone call you received 40 minutes ago. About why you're here instead of at Starbucks on 5th Avenue. Rachel's blood turned to ice. They knew everything. Who are you really? Jen demanded. Because you're not Seattle Police. Detective Harris reached into his jacket. Both women tensed. He pulled out a badge, federal badge. FBI, Special Agent Harris. We've been tracking your husband's case for 5 years, Mrs. Chen.
We need your cooperation."
"My cooperation?" Rachel's voice rose. "I've been begging for help for 5 years. Where were you when I was filing missing persons reports? Where were you when I was hiring private investigators? Where were you when I was—"
"We were watching," Harris said calmly. "Making sure you were safe. Making sure whoever took your husband didn't come back for you." "No one took my husband. He disappeared." "No, Mrs. Chen. He was taken by a private military contractor, someone he worked with in Afghanistan, someone who wanted him silenced." The room spun.
"Silenced about what?" she whispered.
Harris and Stone exchanged a look.
"That's classified," Stone said. "Bullshit." Jen stepped between them and Rachel. "You don't get to come in here and drop bombs like that and then hide behind classified. Tell us what happened or get out." Harris sighed. "Your husband witnessed a war crime in Helmand Province, 2019. Civilians killed, women and children, by American contractors, not military, private security. Your husband reported it, tried to go through proper channels, but the contractors had friends, high-ranking friends, people who made the report disappear." Rachel couldn't breathe. "Your husband started to become a problem," Harris continued. "He wouldn't let it go, kept pushing, kept talking. So they decided to handle it, make him unreliable, unstable. Who's going to believe a PTSD soldier over respected contractors?" "They drove him crazy," Rachel said. "On purpose?" "They tried. Through medication, through therapy, through carefully placed suggestions. But your husband was strong, stubborn. So they decided on a more permanent solution." "They were going to kill him," Jen breathed. "We believe that was the plan. But he escaped. Somehow he knew. He ran, and he made it far enough that—" Harris looked at Jen. "You found him first." Silence. "The van," Jen said. "The night I found him, that was them." Harris nodded. "We'd been investigating the contractors for months. We had surveillance on them. We saw them take your husband. We were mobilizing a team when we lost the signal. By the time we found the location, you were gone, and so was Marcus Chen." "Why didn't you find me?" Jen demanded. "If you were FBI, why didn't you track me down?" "We did, 3 days later. But when we saw Marcus, Danny, we realized something remarkable had happened. His memory was gone, completely gone, which meant he couldn't testify, couldn't be a target. For the first time in months, he was safe." "So you just left him," Rachel said. Her voice was hollow. "You let me suffer, let me search, let me think he was dead." "We couldn't risk it," Harris said. "If we told you, you would have gone to him. You would have tried to help him remember. And the minute he remembered, he'd be in danger again. You'd both be in danger." "And now?" Rachel asked. "Why are you here now?" "Because you found him. Because you made contact. Because now the contractors know he's alive, and they're coming." A phone rang. Harris pulled it out. Answered. His face went pale. "When?" he said. "Are you sure?" He listened. "Roger that. We're moving now." He hung up. "We need to go. Right now. Both of you." "Why?" Jen asked. "What's happening?" "There's been activity at the daily grind. Someone entered through the back. Someone who doesn't work there." Rachel's heart stopped. "Danny. Marcus. He lives above the shop." "I know." Harris was already moving toward the door. "That's why we need to go. Now." Rachel ran for her car. So did Jen. Harris and Stone jumped into a black SUV.
They drove in convoy, racing through Tacoma streets. The rain was coming down in sheets now. The wipers couldn't keep up. Rachel's phone buzzed. Text from Marcus, from Danny. Someone's in the apartment. I can hear them downstairs. I'm hiding. I'm scared. Rachel's hands shook. She tried to call him. No answer. Another text. They're coming up the stairs. Rachel typed back. Hide. Stay hidden. We're coming. The 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared. I remember something. Rachel's breath caught. What do you remember? The dots. Her heart hammered. Fire. Screaming. A little girl. Her name was Amina. Rachel's vision blurred. She was 7 years old. I tried to save her, but I was too late. They killed her, right in front of me. And then they told me I was crazy, that it never happened, that she never existed. Tears streamed down Rachel's face. Marcus, we're almost there. Just hold on. The dots appeared one last time. My name is Marcus Chen. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm done running. The texts stopped. Rachel's car skidded around the corner onto Pacific Avenue. The daily grind was ahead, lights off, door open. Harris's SUV screeched to a stop. He and Stone jumped out, weapons drawn. Stay in the car, Harris shouted. Rachel and Jen ignored him. They ran toward the shop. The inside was dark, empty. Chairs overturned, coffee cups shattered on the floor. Danny! Jen screamed. No answer. They ran up the stairs to the apartment. The door hung open, splintered around the lock. The apartment was small. 1 bedroom, tiny kitchen, living room with the framed photos Rachel had seen in the text. All of them were torn off the walls now, shattered glass everywhere. Clear, Stone called from the bedroom. Clear, Harris echoed from the bathroom. No one was there. Rachel's phone buzzed. Unknown number. She answered.
Mrs. Chen, a different voice, older, harder. Your husband is with us now. If you want to see him alive again, you'll stop talking to the FBI, to the press, to everyone. Marcus Chen died in 2020. Let him stay dead. Who are you? Rachel demanded. Someone who keeps the world safe by any means necessary. The line went dead. Rachel dropped the phone. Jen was crying, searching every corner, calling his name. Harris was on his radio, calling for backup, for roadblocks, for surveillance. But Rachel knew the truth. They were too late. Marcus, Danny, whoever he was gone. Again. She walked to the window, looked out at the rain-soaked street, at the empty cars, at the world that had swallowed her husband twice. And then she saw it, on the windowsill, a piece of paper, folded small, with her name on it. She opened it with shaking hands. Rachel, I remember everything. Where I've been, who I am, what I saw. They're taking me. But I need you to know, I never stopped loving you. Even when I couldn't remember your face. Even when I didn't know my own name. Some part of me always knew.
Take care of our daughter. Tell her I fought. Tell her I'm still fighting. Marcus. Below the words was an address, written in pencil, barely legible. An address in Montana, the place they'd always talked about. The place with space. Rachel folded the paper, put it in her pocket. "Did you find something?" Harris asked. "No," Rachel lied. "Nothing." She walked down the stairs, past the broken furniture, past the shattered dreams, past the life that could have been. She got in her car and drove home. Lily was waiting, asleep on the couch, clutching her stuffed bear. A drawing on the coffee table. A stick-figure soldier. A stick-figure woman. A stick-figure little girl. All holding hands. All smiling. Rachel picked up her daughter, carried her to bed, kissed her forehead. "Daddy's coming home," she whispered. "I promise." And for the first time in 5 years, she believed it. Because Marcus Chen wasn't gone. He was just fighting one more battle. And this time, Rachel was going to fight with him.
What would you do if you found your lost loved one, but they didn't remember you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story moved you, hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who loves intense, emotional stories. We've got more jaw-dropping tales coming your way. Don't miss them.